What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'm here to tell y'all Meek Mill is having an identity crisis right now for sure. Without question. He is going through an identity crisis and he doesn't even recognize it. What do I mean by that? 1 minute, Meek Mill want to seem like he Nelson Mandela / Malcolm X in the neighborhood, and he's uplifting the culture and he's stopping violence and he's changing laws and all of that. Then the next minute, he want to seem like he a big dog / a threat in the street. Like for real, in the same breath, he want to be Nelson Mandela, Malcolm X, and also want to be a big dog in the street and a threat to all the people still around in the neighborhood that's running around in the streets. He still want to be top dog in that hierarchy. It's like he going through some type of like, it's almost like a midlife crisis to me. Right? And I'm seeing it unfold. I've been seeing it for a while. But every time he gets into a back and forth with DJ Akademiks, it comes like to the forefront in a major way. Right? What do I mean by that? So the other day, Meek and DJ Akademiks been going back and forth for a little minute surrounding him, Akademiks mentioning Meek's name and like this little redacted information about a lawsuit involving Diddy and another individual, right? And so when Meek name came up, he got to snapping on Akademiks or whatever and all of that. And they've been having a little back and forth. Meek started talking about wanting to do a podcast or whatever. Akademiks say, look, I can give you a podcast deal for $1 million and 1 episode a week or whatever, right? And then Meek responds with, I'm richer than everybody that deal with you. LOL. That's what he tells Akademiks. Right. And then he goes on to say, like, not like a finance podcast deal. He said, this is what he said. I'm going to say his exact tweet. Not like a finance podcast deal. LOL. I hang around all billionaires and I'm caked up. You streaming from your chair getting drunk. I'm changing laws and stopping major hood beefs and trying to uplift the culture. So he tells Akademiks, I'm not talking about a finance podcast deal thing. I hang around all billionaires and I'm caked up. You streaming from your chair, getting drunk. I'm changing laws and stopping major hood beefs and trying to uplift the culture. Meek, brother, you've been one of my favorite rappers for a while. I feel like that Dang on Wins and Losses album is one of the best albums I done heard in the 2010s. In the 2010 era, that Wins and Losses album was phenomenal. I really enjoyed the Championships album. I enjoy a lot of music from Meek. But I'm going to be for real, bro. Meek, despite me liking your rapping ability, you not uplifting nothing, brother. You not. The other day you were riding around in Philadelphia at 2 a.m. on your Instagram story trying to intimidate the young shorties in the neighborhood. All the young crash out shorties, you was trying to intimidate them riding around in Philly at 2 a.m. in the morning trying to play bully. Trying to play big dog on the block when you should be chilling out, relaxing. You done been in jail and all of that. Stay about your money. Stay about the music. Try to find other ways to keep your name popping and relevant outside of street answers and street behavior. It's not worth it. But you keep talking about you uplifting the culture. You're not uplifting nobody riding around trying to intimidate young shorties in the hood at 2 a.m. in the morning. You're not, right? Meek been threatening bloggers, snapping off on folks. All of that, that's not uplifting culture. You know what I mean? Yeah, you might get with some people to get some type of reformation on certain things, but Meek, I feel like your name just being used in that situation. You attaching your name to something, they attaching your story to it, and that's it, that's all. That's how I feel. They using Meek as a name and a face behind it to give it a street credibility or give it like some type of credibility due to the fact that Meek has been in jail and been, on probation, etc. for a long period of time and all that type of stuff. But come on, man, and I don't like how Meek always references these billion-dollar friends he has, who to me are not as useful as they should be. Now, allegedly Michael Rubin got him out of jail, which is okay, that's dope. But he talk about having all these billion-dollar friends. He be around Robert Kraft and Michael Rubin and all these other billionaires. But he always come to Twitter asking the people for financial advice. Asking us how to start a business and all of that versus asking the billionaire friends that you hang with how to start a business. Like he does stuff like that. Like, why are you not asking them? Don't get me started on how Michael Rubin had him bunny hopping after he lost a bet. Had that man bunny hopping, looking like he putting on a goddamn minstrel show for the white folks. I don't know if it looked just like that. Like you in there doing a gig for the white folks, bunny hopping for them. It was just the optics of that whole situation while Michael Rubin was hollering at Meek and cussing. No, keep fucking doing it. All that hollering and shit. The optics of that white man yelling at him cussing, like to tell him to keep bunny hopping and cussing him out while doing it. This shit was weird. It was a weird dynamic, to say the least. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, like, I don't know. He going through a midlife crisis. He going through an identity crisis right now. He don't know if he want to be a rapper, a street dude, or a rapper, a street dude, a podcaster, or a activist. You know, it kind of reminds me of the identity crisis I see Steven Jackson going through a lot. 1 minute you want to uplift shorties and keep everything good. Now the next minute you want to talk crazy, talk street stuff, talk crazy antics. You want to belittle other brothers for no reason when they said nothing about you. You've been taking shots at Shannon Sharp for no reason, even though you're supposed to be uplifting the culture, uplifting black people and all of that. You're throwing shots at Shannon Sharp unnecessarily, just doing all type of crazy stuff. Meek is a person I feel like that doesn't know, he's struggling to find his identity right now. His music hasn't been making real traction since like 2018. Let's be for real. It's coming from a Meek fan. 2018, 2019, pre-COVID. Pre-COVID is the last time Meek really been hot. And he's even admitted to not, like when he got in the studio with Lil Baby and Lil Durk now, how they was kind of like going spazzing and he kind of had to catch up and kind of, you know, try to figure out how to catch that wave, and Lil Baby waved and fell off. You know what I mean? And that was my guy too. Still a fan of the music, but his music has tailed off, right? But yeah, man, like the music ain't been popping, and he trying to figure out what lane he gonna be in, and he's still trying to attach himself to the street lane, which is just not smart to me, especially from a person that's been in jail before several times. Just not a good look. And to be threatening podcasters and all of that, you should be getting with the podcasters and figuring out, listen, I'm going to do my podcast thing, how I'm going to set this up. You know what I mean? Come on a podcast, come on some of these platforms. It could, I believe, sometimes going on the right podcast, right platform, can boost record sales, music sales, and all of that. If he went on Shannon Sharp podcast, hell, he might be on there pretty soon. Actually, Shannon probably had Meek on there for sure. Going on Shannon podcast would do amazing numbers for him and kind of bring him back to the light of relevancy that he used to be in. Because I think he's a dope rapper, a really talented brother, but the shit he doing right now is just like, it's corny. It's corny for real. And yeah, he needs to figure out what lane he's trying to be in. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.